Hey, it's Tricia of Triumph with Tricia here. What are we talking about today? Building your dreams and what is your plan for success. So I'm not going to be with you super long, but I have some questions to ask you guys. At this point, I've gone over quite a few things, right? You've created your vision. There's a big picture, have a long-term vision, and there's no limitations, right? It's just pure dream. Sometimes the dreams are they're so far away from the current reality that it can be hard to get started, right? To actually get things moving. Because it can be hard to believe it. It's so way over there, so far away. And even after you've now found evidence that you can achieve the thing, whatever that goal is that you set up for yourself, you have to prove it to yourself. How do we do this? That's right, by getting started. So the first step, which is usually the hardest one, is thinking like, how do I even get this dream from out of the clouds and making it concrete? The example I'm using is building a bridge, right? It has two parts. It has the beginning and the middle. The third part, the end, is when you've reached the goal or the dream. So the first thing I would say is enjoying your today. I haven't had a super stressful day, but I have experienced some stress in this day, and I've also made a point to experience joy as I'm working towards my goals, mapping out certain things. I am a note taker, and I love lists, so I enjoy all this that I'm sharing with you guys. But everybody is not that way, so it can seem big and monotonous. Maybe I get it, but it works if you do the things that actually does work. If you're on the bridge, right, and you are finding ways to make your life more like what the dream is today, because the dream is, you're not living it yet, but you're on your way there. So the first step is acting like I'm already there. A question to ask is, what small changes could you make in your current life that would bring you more joy in your life right now? That's a question that you can answer. I don't have that answer for you. Is there an element of your long-term dream that you could experience now? That could be writing a book, for example. If you're somebody who loves to write, or that's something that you're pursuing, are you doing anything, taking any steps towards making that happen? An example of that would be, are you carving out 30 minutes? I'm not even saying a day, because that can be really challenging. 30 minutes once a week this is focused time, or maybe it's 60 minutes once a week, and this is focused time that you're just writing, and this is strictly for your book, right? Are there physical, mental, or other characteristics that you need to develop within yourself to be ready for these dreams when they come to you? So when we're almost there, almost right next door to it, is there anything else that you need to be working on for yourself? Is it being healthier, getting in better shape, polishing up on your skills? Are there situational characteristics of your life that you need to change, of different living environments, a different job, a better job, maybe a different group of people that is your network of peers, friends, stuff like that. Questions, things to think about, write it out. I'm definitely about writing it out. The next step would be your plans for success, right? This is a SMART goals, but I spoke about it. I think that was one of my first videos, and that's all that it was about. Setting SMART goals that are specific. That's the S. Measurable, achievable, realistic, and time frame. You want to put a time that I can do this in 3 months, 90 days, or 6 months, and a year from now. This is more of a long-term plan that's going to take about 3 to 5 years, things that you put a time frame on it. Creating, the next one would be creating your 30, 60, and 365 goal setting plan. It's a bit of a tongue twister. There's a big picture here. The immediate, in a month from today, would be just a week after Valentine's Day, right? What things do you want to achieve between, that's a very short-term goal, between now and then. 60 days, you can also revisit every 60 days or so. You could choose 30 if you want. I would probably give myself a little more time, but it also depends on what it is. When you do that, whether you're choosing 30 days or 60 days to reassess, it also gives yourself the commitments and the accountability, right? It gives yourself the commitment and accountability of a solid plan, but also includes some wiggle room, because we need some flexibility. We need flexibility in our life. Adulting, parenting, working, all the things. Things change. People get sick. Kids get sick. A lot happens, right? And lastly, establishing a weekly to-do list is, because it can become tedious. 30-day, a 60-day, a 1 year, a weekly, a daily. I'm not saying all those things. If there's a weekly, it seems like I'm just going to pop in and see where I'm at, okay, and knock these things off because I got these things done. Well, how do you acknowledge that? Call it a ta-da, right? Cross it off your list. Ta-da! I got this, whatever it is, done. I can scratch it off of my list and move on. I like lists myself. I'm a list person, but they're not necessarily all that for the day. This is, I'll map out things for the week, and tomorrow is Wednesday. I have these things that I need to get done within this period of time, such and such. So when I get up in the morning, I gotta see about my kids, stuff like that. Breakfast, make sure they're out the door and off to where they need to go, and so on and so forth. But every time that a goal is accomplished, ta-da! And then check that off of the list. It is a way to celebrate yourself. Even a little victory is still a victory. A win is a win, right? A win is a win, and it gives you a sense of accomplishment, and it builds momentum. I told you I'm at 8 minutes. I'm not going to be before you long today, because it is also a significant amount of homework, and I really want you guys to do it. Practice the things. My channel is very, very small, and it's new, and so you'll see the growth over the length of, even over the next few months, as I'm talking about digital marketing and the other things that are within entrepreneurship and what have you. And my consistency, it's a challenge for me because I don't always feel like doing it, but it's a goal that I set out, also with somebody else, that it's a challenge, right? So many videos by a certain date, and if the other party does it and I don't, I owe them something, and when I win and they don't, they owe me something. So that's what I'm actually going for, because it's an incentive. It might sound silly to you. It's an incentive. It's an incentive. I don't have other words for that one. I've mapped out things. I have my own, 90 days. I want to accomplish this. By my birthday, I have something set aside to accomplish. That's in June, stuff like that. Hold your accountability. It's important. And for me, if I don't say these things publicly because of how uncomfortable this part actually makes me, I could easily just not do it and go back into my getting ready to get ready and find 1,000,001 other things to do as a form of procrastination. So I am aware that it is an ability that I have, and it doesn't always work in my favor, and it does not help me achieve these goals of marketing, business and services that I have, and so on. So as I speak to you all, I also speak to myself, right? Because some of the things that I will talk about on my channel are things I've already gone through, most of it really. And as I'm learning things, even with my digital marketing and stuff, as I'm learning it, I'm sharing it with you guys. So if there's worksheets that you would like, email me at triumphwithtricia@gmail.com. Also, when you see this, please like, it's much appreciated. And I really hope that you find the information useful, as that's the spirit that it is intended. Thank you so much, and you have a good night.